I was talking to somebody, a good friend of Ravi Zacharias yesterday, and we were talking about, we have got to stop tearing each other apart. We have to. Just stop it. And I don't understand. I mean, we can disagree and we can, but we've got to see the best in each other and realize that none of us are perfect and we're never going to agree and we're moving in the same direction. And why can't we just see people for what their role they're playing? Good for you. Good for you. Keep going. Same with us. And if we disagree, we disagree. But let me show you something. I wrote 3 things this morning. First one on the first page, because I think this is true. And even though I think it's Sufi or Hindu, it's right. That which you gaze upon, you become. So what is it we're gazing upon? We are gazing upon the problems. I came in this morning gazing upon the problems of faith. Not faith, religion. Pat is looking for a score and to feel good because he's gazing upon the filth that is in Washington, that we all know is wrong. Everybody knows. So then I start to say a prayer. Please help me. Please help me. What do I do? Because I just said to Pat, we've got to stop gazing upon this stuff. Have to. Have to. And I come up to this. I open up my scriptures and I'm praying. Not that which goes into the mouth defiles a man, but that which comes out of his mouth defiles a man. Well, how much stuff are we having coming out of our mouth that is defiling us? So I wrote in my scriptures, Lord, help me. I don't know how to do my job. I don't know how to do my job without saying the things that are the problems. But how many of us are tossing and turning at night trying to figure that out? All of us should be kept awake at night trying to figure out, how do we find the things? Because he never talked about the government. If you think your government is bad now, try the government crucifying you just outside the gates of the city. We've got to stop. We've got to stop. And what it is we have an Irish fable. Guy's walking down the street. He says, look, I'm lost. And this Irish farmer is standing there. And he says, well, where are you trying to get to? And he tells him. And the farmer scratches his head and rubs his eyes and says, okay, well, if that's where you're going, I wouldn't start here. Well, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. That doesn't make any sense. This is where we're at. We know where we want to go. If you want to go there, you certainly would not start with a talk radio show. You certainly would not start with a TV talk show off of Fox. You wouldn't start here. Let's stop being the Irish farmers. We know where we want to go. Get there. Get there. So Pat says, but we have to, how are we going to transition? How are we going to do that? What do we do? We're on talk radio. Yeah. Yes, we are. But I don't think we're alone. I think we're Walt Disney 1953, knowing that everybody is freaking out because the Cold War is here. Everybody's freaking out because I just went through the war to end all wars. Then I went through World War II. Then we detonated a nuclear explosion. Now we're blowing up islands just to see how big of a bomb we can make. Now we're in Korea. This is not going to end well. And Disney building his park and making Main Street and going, it's okay. He sees the future. He understands the past. He takes people out of the freak-out zone and says, it's going to be good. Remember the past. Look to the future. Have fun. Gaze upon the good things for a while. So Pat brings up a lot of really good points to me in our meeting this morning. And I close my eyes and I start to pray again, and I turn the page. And the next phrase is, let them alone. Listen to this. Let them alone. They are blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. Leave them alone. They are blind. They're leading the blind. They're going to end up in the ditch. And so will we if we are chasing them. They're blind. Leave them alone.